Hi everybody, how you doing? This is Tracing Roots and Telling Tales Tuesdays. Genealogy with Donna, episode 42. Though this is the first episode of the new year. And I know it's late and I don't really have my stuff together today, this week. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Can't believe it's Tuesday already, but that's how it is. We have had, in our family, we have had one new birth at the end of December. We have another pending, and that's on Mike's side of the family. We have another pending one on my side of the family. And is there any others that I'm aware of? Not at this time, but, you know, Facebook is great because, you know, when you're several generations past our level, this bar, sometimes you're not in contact with them all the time. And so it's nice to see the Facebook, you know, baby showers or birth announcements or first pictures of the baby is really cool. So to be able to share that with them and put that information in the family tree to continue that legacy is pretty cool. Anyway, so this is the third episode where I was talking about DNA and traits. And so I'm going to continue on with that as I have not actually been on the tree except to look at DNA for a few weeks now. Just been too busy, and as I have told you, the family trees can take you down the rabbit hole so very quickly. And then you come up, you know, 3 weeks later. That's kind of how it is. And I have found that there is a Mayflower, I think there are a couple Mayflower Facebook pages, so I have gone in there to check and see if anybody has done anything. Might be a relative of mine from Diggory Priest, who was on the Mayflower, and his name is on the Mayflower Compact, and just see if I can find anything. But again, that's hours and hours of research. If it doesn't just jump out at you really quick, I can't. I mean, that will be days of research, and I understand that. So I have to find a few days. I'm retired, and I still don't have enough time. I'm telling you guys, retirement is great. However, you still want more things. You still have more things to do, and you still only have 24 hours in the day. And we have had very rainy days since before Christmas. So today was a cold, and not really sunshiny, but at least it wasn't wet. So that's good. Okay, here we go to the traits. Do you have a longer second toe on your foot? Longer second toe. That would be next to the big toe. If you do, that's genetic. Are you a born leader? Again, genetic. Male hair loss is genetic. Hand-eye coordination. Can you catch a ball? Can you bat a ball? Can you throw a ball into the hoop for basketball? Those are all hand-eye coordination. And that hand-eye coordination ability starts when the baby can sit up and you're rolling a ball to him. And he rolls it back and forth. And that starts there. And you can see whether or not that ability is natural, or if it needs to be honed. So that's also a trait. If you are susceptible to mosquito bites. Now, this is one that I find interesting. Mosquitoes love me. I must taste it very sweet because I can't be out at all. And the mosquito bites seem to get infected very easily for me. And they just drive me nuts. More than one. Well, even one drives me nuts. But the fact that I am sensitive to that, they said I was low from the gene trait. I was low in sensitivity, but I'm not in real life. So I thought that was kind of interesting that it said I was less susceptible, and yet it drives me nuts. So that that's not genetic for me. That's just how I am. Let's see here. Being a morning or a night person is genetic. Both my parents were early risers, had to be to work early. I am an early riser, though. With adding magnesium to my supplements, I'm sleeping probably 45 minutes to an hour and a half longer than I used to, which is great. So I'm not up at, 4:30 anymore, 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's like 6:30. I know. I just go, oh, the whole day's gotten away from me, and it's 6:30. Motion sickness. When I was a kid, I got motion sickness in the car. Of course, you're in the back seat. I mean, come on. And I couldn't read in the car. Now that I'm in the front seat, but I don't really have motion sickness. If I am already ill, I might have a tendency to get motion sickness, but only like in mountain curves, and only if you're going super fast. So it's not so bad, but again, that is genetic. But, it's funny. My dad was a sailor. He had sea legs. He didn't get motion sickness. Is it from him that I'm genetic? I'll have to look that one up. You know what? I'm going to make the note. Was this maternal or paternal? And find out. Because it will tell you in this DNA test whether your tendency is from your maternal side or paternal side. So I will find out. Whether you're an optimist or a pessimist is a trait. Your oxygen use, if you need more oxygen or less oxygen than the average person, is a genetic trait. Being persistent, and you can blame that on the generations before you. Pet ownership. If your parents had pets, if your grandparents had pets, both of mine did, and I had a pet when I was early on, but we haven't had pets for a very long time. So once Mike's cat passed away, we haven't had any. And we go a lot. So, having a pet and finding people to care for it or taking it along isn't always an easy situation. Whether you have physical agility is a trait. Balance, if you, skiing, perfect example of balance. Snowboarding, balance. That is a trait. Whether you are better balanced than some or less balanced, you can blame it on your heritage. And then being a picky eater is also inherited if you are picky. If you're not picky, then, or you just don't like certain things. My parents tried to have us eat a bite of everything. And that is from the Thanksgiving table or the Christmas feast table. Dad was always trying to give us squash. Mother never made broccoli, never made cauliflower, didn't like the smell of Brussels sprouts. And I think that's an inherited trait because I don't either. I'll blame it on my heritage. How about that? Anyway, I've got another side of this that I will do next week because there are a lot of them, and I want to talk about a few of them and what the difference is. And next week, I owe you which side the motion sickness comes from in my situation, whether it's mother or father. So with that information, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll call you. I'll wish you a good week. And remember, this is the first week of the year, so make it a good one. And in the meantime, I will see you next week. You guys take care. I hope you stay warm and dry and safe. Bye-bye.